It's absolutely incredible how over LA Knight is. They put him in a match against Rey Mysterio, and the fans still couldn't find it in themselves to boo the guy. And Rey is our sweet puppy. LA Knight seems like an obvious choice to win Money in the Bank, but since they added Logan Paul, I think that idea is in danger. Don't get me wrong, I feel like Logan Paul is going to add a lot to this match, and he's probably my second choice, but LA Knight not winning this match would be kind of a slap in the face. He got over naturally without anyone's help, and I know WWE are concerned about his age. To me, it just says, well, do it sooner. This was an okay episode of SmackDown. I feel like you can really feel the absence of Roman Reigns, but we did get a few highlights worth talking about, so let's talk about SmackDown. But before that, a word from our sponsor. Hey, remember that time I got hacked? That sucked. One of the safest ways to protect yourself from hackers and malicious websites is actually using a VPN. At this point, literally everyone should be using one. Huge shout out to CyberGhost VPN for sponsoring this video. With CyberGhost VPN, all of your traffic goes through a secure VPN tunnel, your IP address is hidden, and your data is encrypted. You're basically leaving no fingerprints. It's available for all platforms: Windows, macOS, Android, iOS, and many others. They have a strict no logs policy, so no one will know about your online activity. Even not CyberGhost themselves. So keep doing what you're doing. No one's watching. You can use one subscription to protect up to 7 devices at a time, so you can share with your friends and family. There's a 45-day money-back guarantee and 24/7 customer support, so everything is risk-free. And CyberGhost has an amazing deal for you. It's only $2.03 a month, plus 4 months free, which is 84% off. And CyberGhost VPN is very easy to use. That's why it has more than 38 million users. Thanks to CyberGhost VPN, you can access geo-restricted content. If there's something you want to watch, but your streaming service blocked it in your country, you can simply unblock it by changing your location. Same goes with video games, social media networks, and more. So make sure to take advantage of this amazing offer by clicking the link in the description or a pinned comment. You'll get a special discount, so it's only $2.03 a month. Make sure to check it out. So this episode of SmackDown kicks off with the Usos. Jey Uso says the bloodline is... Jimmy stops him. Okay, got it, Us. Yeet. The Usos are in your city. The Usos talked about fighting their family. It's a civil war. Jimmy says Jey made the perfect choice last week, and they said they love each other, and they still love Roman Reigns, but they followed his orders for 2 years and were always disrespected. The bloodline became their faction when they fell in line, but once Reigns showed them that they weren't worth anything, they left him in the dust. But then Jey talks about Paul Heyman. He says Paul Heyman is the biggest snake of them all. They can forgive family, but not Paul Heyman. I feel like that was a pretty cool promo, you know. OG Usos right here, babyface Usos. It's been a while. Obviously, they have so much more star power right now, and it seems like for the most part, the Usos are blaming Paul Heyman. This storyline is pretty unpredictable, like every time we get surprised, so it's going to be interesting to see what's gonna happen. Will the bloodline reunite without Paul Heyman, or now the Usos are gonna be their own men? We got LA Knight versus Rey Mysterio. This was a really fun match, one of the best LA Knight matches on the main roster so far, and Rey Mysterio was actually shocked. He looked at the crowd and was like, "What is happening? Why are you guys booing me? All of a sudden it's not booyaka?" The crowd were supporting LA Knight, of course. And like I've said, this was a really fun match. We even got This Is Awesome chants, and the end we did get a few kind of a botchy slip-ups, but at the end of the day it did the job. And when he hit that finisher, well, that had a lot of impact. LA Knight takes the W after the match, decides to attack Rey Mysterio again and try to remove his mask, but we got Santos Escobar for the save. I mean, LA Knight must win the Money in the Bank, right? There's no way he's not winning that briefcase. Ridge almost bumps into Solo Sikoa and asks, "What are you looking at?" Well, he made a mistake because Solo took it personally. Seems like Ridge Holland is injured, so Sheamus wants a match. Sheamus appears at ringside and calls him out. "If you want to fight, you gotta fight." This was kind of booked like Monday Night Show, where it's not necessarily a storyline, but just some random setups, you know. Maybe that's why this show was a little bit weaker. We got the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Unification match. Now, I'm not sure whether it's because Ronda Rousey is in tag team matches, but she's doing pretty good. Ronda Rousey is pretty entertaining in that ring lately. I've criticized WWE's, decision to put her in a tag team because she's such a valuable big name. Back in the day, you could say she was the Brock Lesnar of women's division, so so that was really, weird to me. But maybe it's good, maybe she will get back to that, but now she can actually learn, improve. Maybe next time she's a WWE Women's Champion, we can take it a bit more seriously. And again, this was another banger, the wrestling was really, really fun. The finish also surprised me. Undisputed Tag Team Championship match with an undisputed victory right here. I feel like that's a great decision. I feel like Ronda and Shayna, with the big names that they have, they're definitely the ones that could make these championships a bit more prestigious. Rodriguez demands a rematch for the titles we never lost. Baylor asks, who's we? And Liv Morgan returns to WWE. We don't know when this match is going to happen, but it will. Okay, so we got the Grayson Waller effect with Pretty Deadly, and I'm sorry, I don't get this gimmick, I just don't understand it. It seems like something that should be pretty fun, but it kinda seems played out. It's like Tyler Breeze and Fandango, but less entertaining. They talked about how they beat all the tag teams on their own, of course, but once they mentioned the Street Profits, they came out and said we didn't introduce you to the smoke. So that's when we got the Street Profits versus Pretty Deadly. Not a bad match, like I've said, wrestling was definitely on point during this show. I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like both of these tag teams are not doing anything for me lately. The Street Profits desperately need to turn heel. The Pretty Deadly won the match, and I'll give it to them, that was a pretty creative finish. We got Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans. Put the Spider-Man meme on the screen. Man, Lacey Evans really fell off. She's basically used every week as an enhancement talent. No different story right here. Charlotte Flair puts her in the figure 8, 9, or 10, takes the W. We see Asuka attacking Charlotte Flair, and they're going to meet in London on SmackDown. Obviously, Bianca Belair is not happy about that. She wants to be at ringside, but Adam says, well, if they attack you, you're going to fight back, right? Which you should, but that's the problem. So you're going to be banned from ringside. Bianca doesn't trust Adam anymore and his promises, as Adam Pearce is looking with his gigantic balls. And finally, we got Sheamus versus Solo Sikoa. Another cool match. I think we've seen it before like a couple of months ago, but they do definitely have that chemistry. I mean, come on, having Sheamus in a match is a guaranteed banga. But the match had to be stopped because Solo Sikoa obviously missed Sheamus, and Sheamus could not continue. He's shocked that it doesn't hurt at all. Solo goes nuts, he wants to continue, but we see the Usos. They attacked Solo Sikoa, bunch of super kicks, and just when we thought it's over, we got the double Uso splash on their brother. And that was your Friday night SmackDown. Like I've said, not a bad show, but definitely weaker than the last like 4 or 5 shows we've seen. Kinda felt like a filler, but maybe it's just the absence of Roman Reigns. But let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about this episode of SmackDown, where the Bloodline storyline is going, and make sure to take advantage of this amazing CyberGhost VPN offer. $2.03 a month only, plus 4 months free, which is 80% off. The link is in description. Like, subscribe if you already did, and the great one, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.